Another national title to hand out today. Here from the ESPN Wide World of Sports, we're set for the 15 Open National Championship. Here, the 45th Annual AAU Girls Junior National Volleyball Championships, with Sports Performance 15 Elite squaring off against Nebraska Elite 15 Revolution. It's been a long and challenging road for each of these squads. Here's how these two teams have found their way into the 15 Open Final. So great to have you with us tonight. I'm Nolan Alexander, joined by the former UCF outside hitter standout and a Midwestern native herself, Erin Campbell. Erin, we've got two teams here today from the Heartland, Illinois and Nebraska, at the heart of this matchup.
Yeah, and it's so exciting to see two teams from the Midwest. They're both in the same region, so they've played each other a few times over the course of the season, and they both have very similar styles. So we've seen a lot of beach-influenced volleyball. We're going to see a lot of Midwestern-influenced volleyball, which is all about setting choices and power hitters.
The stars of volleyball tomorrow on the floor tonight. Let's see these names starting the Nebraska Elite 15 Revolution.
And there's a lot of really good players on this Nebraska Elite 15 Revolution team, but keep an eye out for Allie Gray. She is committed to Arizona State. She is the leader for this team.
Nebraska Elite led by Andrew Worley in his 15th year coaching the 15s and 17s. He loves the chemistry of this squad. He says this is probably one of the best culture teams that he's ever coached with Nebraska Elite. How about the lineup for Sports Performance out of Aurora, Illinois?
And a lot of good players on this team. Number 8, Alexis Rodriguez. She is playing at Nebraska. Yes, that Nebraska with all those national championships and that powerhouse of a program. Number 66, Brooklyn Borum is another player to keep an eye out for, but a lot of players are going to get swings on this Sports Performance team.
Luke Stapleton leads Sports Performance in his second year with the 15s. Last year, half of this team won it with the 14s, so he goes for his own national title here tonight. It's the 15 Open Final from the ESPN Wide World of Sports. We're here from the HP Fieldhouse playing a best of 3 for the 15 Open title. First team to 25 points, winning by at least 2, gains the first set, and should the first 2 sets be split, we'll go to a third and final set, playing up to 15. Erin, an all-Midwest final today between Illinois and Nebraska. Going to be a quality one here tonight in front of a packed house. And there we go, right out of the gate, first points going to Nebraska Elite.
And you'd think that the home teams that we saw play this afternoon had a lot of fans. Look at the fan base that both of these teams bring today. All of their clubs travel, so all of them are coming to watch one of their better teams from their clubs compete for this national title.
Quick turn and a quick tie. That's Zayna Meyer, one of the returners to the Sports Performance 15 Elite team after last year with the 14s, taking down Asics Kiva.
And that's Brooklyn Borum. Again, the Sports Performance team, they've put about 66% of their offense out to the pins. Expect for Brooklyn Borum to get those swings on the outside high off the hands.
2-1 lead for Sports Performance in the Navy Blues to your right, Nebraska Elite, and the Whites to your left.
Oh, great pancake. You're like IHOP, you're serving up those pancakes.
Gotta say burgers now.
I know. They ruined my joke.
2-2.
It's all about getting underneath that ball and timing it perfectly. That is all hand, no floor.
Here's Luke Stapleton, the head coach for Sports Performance. Second year with the 15s. And a hard kill from the right side. Zayna Meyer with yet another point, and that's the genesis of this Sports Performance offense. Trying to do more from their outside hitters. I was told before the game, about 70% of their swings come from the outside.
Great play. Saw that the block was there. She showed the tip early, saw that the defense responded, and then forced it into the deep court. That's one of the best swings for middles, is to go into those deep corners. It's very susceptible. No defense is designed to make that play.
It's Riley Gray. Brooklyn Borum, one of the team captains.
And again, we talk about power, and it's all about the top spin. That's how you can determine how powerful that swing is. And with all these players, that top spin is going so fast, and that ball is going to drop.
After the serve into the net, makes it a 5-4 ball game, with Sports Performance leading Nebraska Elite. Ellie Miller in the serve.
And so smart. Brooklyn Borum knows the game of cat and mouse that outside hitters play. You want to swing big, mix it up, make sure that the defense never understands. You want to bait them throughout the match to do what you want them to. If you want them to defend you line so you can go cross court, start the match off by hitting line, make the defense react.
Six to 5 the score as Nebraska Elite gains a point.
And as you see the age groups develop, you also see the experience develop. So out-of-system plays are more like in-system because the second ball is always good. It's always a set. It's always an opportunity for someone to swing on the ball. So out-of-system is really one of those facets of the game that changes as you go up in age group.
Now a 7-5 lead for Sports Performance.
Emily Wilson trying to save that ball. It was so tight to the net, and unfortunately missed the ball outside the antenna, so point back to Nebraska Elite.
Libero up to serve for Nebraska Elite. How about that stuffing at the net, Aaron?
And what you'll notice with Sports Performance is they have a lot of Olympic influence. So you're going to see a lot of triple blocks. You're going to see a lot of things that you'd see at an advanced level, but their focus is to develop pre-Olympic style players. So they have a lot of that influence in their game.
Another kill for Brooklyn Borum. That's her 4th already. And second serve into the net thus far for Sports Performance. You said earlier, Allie Gray committed to Arizona State. Team captain with the serve.
And again, on that second ball, if the setter comes out like that last play, Allie Gray took that first ball, you have to better the second ball. You want to give your attackers a settable ball. So 5 feet off, 5 feet inside the net is the best option for your attacker. And that's a great read by Shayla McCormick. That is technically, when the setter is front row, that is her attacker. So look at her. She fronts her. She blocks the ball well. She didn't chase the slide. Great choice on the block.
Back-to-back points for Nebraska. Elite cuts it down to a 10-9 ball game.
And that's a great out-of-system play. Sometimes when you're out of system, the smartest thing to do is the easiest thing to do. Just get the ball there, set up a nice ball for your outside hitters for them to take a rip on it. You don't have to be too tricky, especially when you are out of system.
It's Allison Petrie with the devastating knockdown. And now Nebraska Elite takes the lead, 4 straight.
And watch how pressed Riley Gray gets over this net. You can see that at the last second, she's pushing those hands over the net. Nothing can get through that block.
And here comes Sports Performance right back, Ariel Amaya.
And they faked the slide a few times and they haven't run it. So I like to see them activate that. Libero should be a little bit farther back on that defensive line, but great swing by Amaya.
Lead with Nebraska Elite, 12-11.
And this match so far in the last few points has completely been in control of Nebraska Elite because they're controlling how Sports Performance has to respond. It looks like Nebraska Elite likes to play that really fast tempo. They're comfortable in it, and they're forcing Sports Performance to play at that level, and they like to play Olympics. So high balls, nice and slow, control the game. Wow. Avery Coleman totally got juked out on that play, didn't even get back to her point position to make that block and just chases it. That's the beauty of this swing block. You can just get your hands up in the air. You don't have to have all the best footwork, but that's all about blocking. Just get your hands over the net and good things will happen.
And she was pumped, to say the least.
You definitely don't want to leave a player like Brooklyn Borum one-on-one. You have to commit to her. Do not overcommit to the middle. Do not overcommit to the setter. If you're blocking her, you stay in front of her and do not let her get a one-on-one or no block attack.
And a point for Sports Performance. 13-all. Here at the opening round of the 15 Open Final, best of 3 to crown a national title between teams from Omaha, Nebraska and Aurora, Illinois. And a fantastic crowd here at the HP Fieldhouse.
And it feels a little bit forced as they go to the middle with Molly Jenkin, but the connection between Jenkin and Gray is really, really sound. So they're going to try to force that ball to her, especially in serve receive, get her activated to free up the pin.
Ellie Miller in the serve.
I'm actually surprised that they ran that play with Brooklyn Borum in the front row, and then you have Allie Gray, who's one of the smaller players in the front row. They decide to run a 32 with the middle. it worked out well for them, but I almost expected that they were going to force that ball outside. So really good play call by Sports Performance.
Another denial at the net for Sports Performance with Emily Wilson. How strong has Sports Performance been right at the blocks the last few plays?
And that's really been the makeup of their club for a very long time, that they're tall and they can block well at the net. So I'm happy to see that they're keeping that tradition alive.
Fourth block for Sports Performance here in the first set. But a point for Nebraska Elite to break up the run. Petrie serve.
And that's something you can't give away to a team that you're trying to fight and battle back with. Even if you don't make your zone, which coaches are calling, you still want to make sure you get that ball in.
Luke Stapleton directing his squad. Team that dropped its first match here of the AAU Junior Girls Volleyball Championship, hasn't lost since. And they're rolling now, leading 19-15.
And that's just an awesome swing by Emily Wilson. She was a little bit timid in her first rotation in the front row, but really unloaded nicely on that ball. She's seeing something she likes. She's just going to take advantage.
Another outstanding effort there from Alexis Rodriguez.
She's just going to Nebraska, so it's no big deal. It's fine. Great little defender, gets her body to the ball. Nice, good dig to keep that play alive.
Timeout on the floor. Let's go inside the huddle.
Okay, good job being able to recognize it. So you have to worry about the outside. So if she stays outside, suck out, get up to the line. But she's been trying to move in to move you around too. Just make sure you're staying live. Get there, get your palms across right away. Okay, be able to move that ball around, like open up. Make especially number 7 move side to side. So you can send it back, make her move out, so you can't just only lean one direction. Okay, you can use whites, you can use A's, B's, C's, 9s, all that stuff. All right, let's go.
8th-year head coach Luke Stapleton, very technical in his directions there.
Yeah, and I like he's giving his setters a lot of freedom to run the match that they want. A lot of times we'll find elite coaches, they want to be the ones that control the play calling, but he's giving his setter freedom to make the calls that she wants. And he's telling her to mix it up. He wants her to be creative, and I love that about him.
Dominique Browder.
And the good thing is when you have a connection with a middle like these two have, you can run whatever play you want, and it is going to be seamless.
Back-to-back kills for Sports Performance. Jillian El Suso doing the damage from the right side.
And it looks a little bit like a batting practice for this Sports Performance, and the reason is because they don't show you the same set twice. They constantly mix it up. Oh, great dig.
Rally continues. And finally comes to a close.
Great defense on both sides, and that's what's so frustrating for big powerhouse teams. If you keep digging and digging and digging the ball.
So close to that back line for El Suso.
That's a great call, though. If you keep digging on these players, they tend to get frustrated. So good defense will rattle up the Sports Performance offense.
First set of 3 to decide a 15 open final from the HP Fieldhouse of the ESPN Wide World of Sports. And Sports Performance inching closer to grabbing this first set, playing to 25. And another timeout on the floor. listen in with Nebraska Elite.
You got to be patient. Let's figure out what they're doing. We have a serving plan now. We've got an idea of what we need to do attack-wise. Let's build momentum. Whether you win or lose this set, it doesn't matter. We need to build momentum into the next set to give ourselves a chance. You guys are battling. I love it, and I can see it, but is it a party right now? Okay, the speed of the balls coming in, that's changing the tempo of what we're trying to do. Is that fair? Yeah. So let's try to reset and serve receive a little quicker, and let's use it to our advantage like we do in practice. Let's go. Okay, here we go.
How'd you feel with the message there?
And he's a total game analyzer. I mean, that came from a whole forward thinking. He's thinking, we need to get back to our style. I don't care if it's in this set or what. We just need to get back to our style of play and do whatever you can to get us there. I love that. I thought that was a great message.
Set point upcoming here for Sports Performance after Brooklyn Borum nearly ripped the ceiling.
Ripping off the ground, out of the back row. Great swing.
Here comes Nebraska Elite with a fight to the end. Allie Gray on the serve. Sports Performance captures the opening set of the 15 Open Final.
And it's no wonder who got the point to close out that first set. A lot of their outsides get the ball, but as you can see, their offense is super spread out. They're going to get everybody kills. They have a lot of different options.
Set one in the books with Sports Performance. We'll come back for the second set here from the HP Fieldhouse.
Hey, ready?
Ready.
Ready? Vamos. Habla más.
Darla.
Ready? Ready.
The Junior NBA World Championship. 32 elite boys and girls teams from around the globe will compete
for a chance to be named Junior NBA World Champions.
The Junior NBA World Championship. Get ready.
Ready on three. In, up, set, ready.
ESPN Plus. Thousands of live events. Exclusive releases. The entire 30 for 30 collection. Available on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. All of this and more exclusively on ESPN Plus. Start your free trial now.
Disney Soccer Tournaments presented by AS Roma provides players of all ages and skill levels the opportunity to compete against athletes from across the U.S. and around the world. From 3v3 youth tournaments to elite showcase events with hundreds of college coaches in attendance, playing soccer at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex has something for everyone. To find out how you can play here, visit DisneySoccer.com.
Welcome back to the HP Fieldhouse at the ESPN Wide World of Sports 15 Open Final. Set one in the books with Sports Performance 15 Elite, grabbing a 25-17 decision. For Nebraska Elite 15 Revolution, we saw Shayla McCormick come out strong, Aaron.
And really, she started to play very, very well. Big at the net, had a lot of blocks early on in the match, and they really rode her shoulder for a lot of the kills that they had early on in that match. Plays out of the back row, did a really nice job to be consistent throughout that first set, and I expect her to be the same in the second.
Saw a little bit of Brooklyn Borum, a lot of bit of Brooklyn Borum.
Yeah, and she's just so good at mixing up her shots and figuring out where she wants to swing. Really effective out of the back row, really effective out of the front row, and she had probably two of the best digs that I've seen in this match in that first set, so she's a really well-rounded, well-balanced player.
Moving ahead to set 2 here for the 15 Open Final. And Shayla McCormick and Nebraska Elite 15 Revolution take the floor again. Spirit still high, and of course that's important. As you said earlier in one of our broadcasts, kind of a short memory here in the game of volleyball.
Yeah, the game's too fast to dwell on things that have happened in the past.
So now the team switching sides. Nebraska Elite 15 Revolution will be on your right in the whites, while Sports Performance 15 Elite on your left in the navy blues. Just inside the left line, Sports Performance opens the first point of the second set.
And it looked like Emily Wilson mishit it, but because she's had so much power, it totally caught the defense off guard. Just skated past the right back for Nebraska Elite.
Emily Wilson, one of 2 players with Jillian El Suso, new to the club coming in, and that was a challenge, according to Luke Stapleton, for those 2 to find their role within the team. So far, you wouldn't know that with the way she's played.
Oh, great save.
And the first points for Nebraska Elite, led by none other than Shayla McCormick.
And that's probably one of her best swings all day, and it's on the right side where she doesn't feel most comfortable. So a test to her for being so athletic and making such a great swing on the right side.
4th kill for McCormick. And a rejection at the net. Riley Gray.
That's a great one-on-one block by Petrie. Just needs to press, especially when you have such a strong attacker. You have to press those hands. See how she's only high and not over the net? You have to get those hands over. If they were, that would have been a block. Oh, that's a great spot.
How difficult is that to get, Aaron?
That was, to make that shot is impressive, and then try to make the dig out of it. That's just awesome. Great job by Petrie. Changes nice and high. Should be middle back's ball, but it's just right in between 2 players. It's too hard to make that read.
Nebraska Elite takes the lead.
Nebraska Elite is really trying to get that middle activated. I don't know if it's there yet. I don't know if the tempo's there or the connection's there. Focus needs to be a little bit more on the pins, get some points on the board, and then try to reestablish that middle.
See the separation in kills thus far, Aaron.
Yeah, that's not surprising. The passing and dig location for Sports Performance has been much higher than those for Nebraska Elite, so they're just getting more options overall. It's like always getting the pitch you want in baseball and just being able to hit home runs.
Look at Molly Jenkins with a blue headband. Latest point for Nebraska Elite, trying to tie us up here in the second set of the 15 Open Final.
Oh, great hustle. Just a little bit off balance for El Suso. Ball was a little bit too far behind her. Make sure that you get to your point, read where the set's coming from before you approach and avoid those errors.
Petrie grabs the service ace. And that, our first ace of the match. Almost went back-to-back, but an incredible dig by Alexis Rodriguez.
And Alexis Rodriguez gets one in the stack corner. Free ball kill here. Just gets underneath it. That's a tough serve. And she's covering a lot of court. She's pretty much passing that entire back row by herself.
And you know, Nebraska's got to love watching that. Now back-to-back points for Sports Performance.
And that's a great block. Pressed over the net. Again, that's the beauty of the swing. Your natural body movement's going to press those hands over the net.
Now 3 blocks for Ariel Amaya.
And Emily Wilson has gotten better as the match goes on too. I mean, she had a few errors in her first 3 rotations in the front row, but since then she's been almost perfect, swinging really good on the ball. And Zaina Meyer maybe thought that ball was going to go over the net. She couldn't jump because she's out of the back row. She couldn't defend that play. So it looks like she thought that the setter or the blocker was going to make that play. She technically can't go up and joust on that block. So either way, it would have been a point for Nebraska Elite. Oh, great save.
Continue to go back and forth. Now Sports Performance with a 9-8 lead. It's pretty similar to how the first set played out until the later goings, neck and neck for both of these squads.
That's a lucky use, but it's a good use by Riley Gray. We saw her be a powerhouse in that first set, so I think that Allie Gray is going to really try to force that ball to her.
Here's Allie with the serve. Future Arizona State Sun Devil.
Oh, wow.
Not much it seems like he can do with that. With Ariel Amaya.
And keep in mind that the slide approach, the natural body movement is to cut that ball back cross court. So if you have the ability to hit line on that slide, you are hitting probably only one, like part of the 1%, the top 1% that can attack that spot.
She's made it look easy. And Brooklyn Borum, who we saw a lot of in the first set, gives Sports Performance a 2-point lead.
Yeah, never leave her without a block. Let's just know that she's going to bounce that ball.
That's what we're not doing effectively right now. Okay, get in, keep talking. Okay, go out there, you had a really nice swing, you really nice dig. Keep going, do it again. Keep being aggressive. Be big, be aggressive. All right, keep talking. Nice job being able to spread that out. Ariel, you got a good matchup here, so you're going to really spread that ball out. You just got to read. Okay, because 7's in the middle, make her move side to side. So you're not really going to dump against her, you can make her move. So she starts cheating, set against her that way. So she moves forward, step back. All right.
Aaron, why is Luke Stapleton saying that?
So it's all, again, it's just all about being, you want to be deceitful to the middle. The middle, because all they're doing is moving lateral, the middles are always the biggest players and the best blockers on the court. So you want to do everything you can to force the middle to not close a block so that your outsides can swing in the zone that they want. There's a portion of the court that's designed to be blocked out by the middle blocker. So if there's a zone that they're not there, you have a free shot down that seam and you can just crunch the ball. Kind of like Riley Gray just did. See that huge seam in that block? That's exactly where she wants to swing, and that's where the middle blocker should be to defend against. And Petrie went for it again. She had success cutting that ball back. She's looking for a touch, but the officials didn't see one, so point to Spry for Sports Performance.
So funny to see the reaction from the crowd, the cheers, the waits, the boos. 2-point lead for Sports Performance here in the second set of the 15 Open final. And this, Aaron, is similar in the first set. This is when Sports Performance started to get some separation.
Oh, great dig. It's the right choice. She wanted to dump it. She is front row. Meyer had the choice to dump it. She wanted to force that ball because everybody knew that she was going to try and dump it. It's just she's a little bit off balance. It's a hard set to make. It's the right one. She won't make that mistake twice. I can almost guarantee it.
Kill Brooklyn Bora. Already up to 8, Aaron.
And we've seen her kind of do everything. Be powerful, be roll shot, be tricky, play defense. She's the real deal.
And we've talked about this throughout the championships today. As much as talent and execution comes into factor, focus for these young ladies as well, because this is such a demanding tournament for the number of games and the length of the days as well.
And give kudos to the friends and the family and the fans that are here, because this is it's been just as grueling for them. Kudos to all the volleyball parents out there. They are superheroes.
Nebraska Elite grabs the service ace with Ellie Miller. Just our second ace of this entire match, and we're knotted at 14.
Oh, and they're calling a touch on it. Wow. So ball goes back to Sports Performance.
What'd you think? Could you tell?
No, but there's a saying in volleyball that the ball never lies. So the fact that she served it out of bounds, it's kind of like justified that way.
Rasheed Wallace stole that one time.
Huh?
Rasheed Wallace stole that one time in basketball. Yeah.
The volleyball karma. Oh, great dig. And just like that, tough serving forces Sports Performance out of system. And here comes Nebraska Elite. That's what they did so well in the beginning. Huge dig by Wiesler, just getting underneath that, throwing her body at it. Kept that play alive. That's when they're at their best. When they get those rally points, they can execute with the best of them.
This is great volleyball tonight, Aaron.
And it's like so hard to say anything about it because you're just like, oh my gosh, there's so many things going on. Huge defense by Nebraska Elite, awesome defense by Sports Performance, and I think Nebraska Elite is best when the rallies are long. And what Sports Performance is really good at is getting those first ball kills. So you're seeing two totally different gym cultures and two different playing styles right now.
There
first
you
ball
go.
kill, yeah, exactly. Right out of it, get the first ball kill, but the longer the rally goes on, you can see Nebraska Elite will win those points typically. It's just two totally different teams, and that's what makes the game so fun. Definitely want to cut those down, especially when you're in such a tight match. Unforced errors, don't be afraid to be aggressive at this point. Oh, wow, great defense.
And Sports Performance gets the last say there. Emily Wilson, 7 kills.
And that's a good matchup for Wilson. She's attacking against Allie Gray, who's the smaller blocker. She's the setter. Has a lot of the shots she wants.
Riley Gray comes right back, though.
They really want that slide to work. And she has such a full arm extension. She just has a whip of an arm swing. Makes that ball hit the ground and almost bounce off the floor.
Nebraska Elite out of Omaha taking on Sports Performance out of Aurora, Illinois. About 45 minutes to the west of Chicago. Half of this team for Sports Performance won the 14s last year. Now aiming for back-to-back titles. The first under Luke Stapleton, here for the 15s. Contrasting that, what was so amazing about hearing the story of Nebraska Elite is the fact that this team hasn't won a single tournament this season throughout its entirety. They finished runner-up many times, but have yet to come out of the top spot. And battling for a national championship tonight.
And playing well to do so. Yes, they lost that first set, but man, they came out of the gates on fire, and I think they scared Sports Performance into playing a lot tougher. I think Sports Performance underestimated them, and they played awesome in that first set, and they're hanging in this second set, only 2 points away to tie it up.
Timeout, Nebraska Elite. Here's a look at one of the best rallies we've seen.
Just super scrappy defense, everybody hanging in. Trying to make something work, playing smart, forcing their team out of system. Huge defense.
I couldn't even make a pinball game go this long.
I know, right? And that's what you love. You love to see these girls compete like that. Just play for every point like it's their last. And I love watching Briley Wiesler in the back row. She just has such a cool, like, libero style. Like, she has a very specific style to her play, and she just throws it out there. She kind of has a boyish type play. Like, she leads with her chest when she dives. She makes every play look really hard, but she makes small efforts to do that. So she's an awesome back row player.
Brooklyn Borum throws it down. 10 kills tonight.
In 2 sets. Like, that's hard. That's really hard. Especially when you have like 900 other people on your team that can make swings.
She's made it look
awesome.
so simple, too.
Yeah, she's good.
She'll have a free choice as to where she'd like to go at the next level, and I'm sure she has a lot of interest from coaches all across the U.S.
Very little separation between these teams in the second set. Here in a best of 3 for the 15 Open title. And a quick turn for Dominique Browder. Borum with the ace. And Sports Performance sits at match point.
And both sides, it looks like there's another Sports Performance team on the other side of the net. All of them are saying one more point for each side of the court.
Sports Performance, your 15 Open national champions. Aurora, Illinois goes back-to-back 14s in 2017, and then here tonight, the 15 Open national champions.
Great block setup. Forced that ball just out of bounds. So congrats to Sports Performance, and it looks like another team just won one as well on the other side of the net. So good day for Spry out of Aurora, Illinois. Awesome match. Great job to Nebraska Elite. They battled hard, especially in that second set. I mean, they hung right there with them. A few unforced errors, but other than that, both teams playing awesome volleyball today.
That's how it went down. Just 2 sets for Sports Performance 15 Elite to take home the 15 Open National Championship here at the HP Fieldhouse at the 45th Annual AAU Girls Junior National Volleyball Championship. Into a long day for us, Aaron. It has been an incredible action of volleyball throughout the game today. Let's take a look at some final numbers here from this match.
And no surprise that the kill ratio is a lot higher for Spry. They had those first ball kills almost every single rally that they won out of. And Diggs played very good defense. Obviously give credit to number 8, Alexis Rodriguez, the Nebraska commit. She really dictated the back row for Sports Performance.
Celebration in the stands, Sports Performance. Enjoying the victory tonight, thanks in large part to number 66, Brooklyn Borum.
I mean, are we surprised? This girl can do it all. She hit, she roll shotted, she played some awesome defense, she served the match point serve. I mean, every single play, she almost had a hand in. She was so involved in the match. Great attacker. Anytime that they needed that bailout and first ball kill or out of the back row, they knew they could rely on their outside, and that's exactly what you want from an L1 or your big banger on the court.
10 kills and ace for Brooklyn Borum tonight to lead Sports Performance to the 15 Open National Championship. More memories created here at the most magical place on earth, ESPN's Wide World of Sports at the Walt Disney World Resort. On behalf of our entire production crew, my partner Aaron Campbell, I'm Nolan Alexander, saying so long from the HP Fieldhouse. We're glad you joined us here tonight. Stick with us. More action coming up this Sunday at the 45th Annual AAU Volleyball National Championship. Have a great night, everyone.